Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Stanwood. New for you at noon. The man allegedly responsible for a shooting in Grand Forks is now in jail. The Grand Forks County State's Attorney's Office is reviewing charges against 40-year-old Otis Maxwell of Fargo. The recommended charges are attempted murder, robbery, and aggravated assault. Grand Forks police responded to a 911 call reporting gunshots at about 2 in the morning on Tuesday, just north 39th Street, 3 blocks away on south of Gateway Drive. The victim of the shooting was 30-year-old David Gomez of Grand Forks, who suffered an upper body injury from the gunshot wound. The investigation is ongoing, and the Grand Forks Police Department asks anyone with information to contact them with info. Stick with Valley News Live for more information as the story continues to develop. Crews are still investigating a house fire that required a rooftop rescue last night in Bemidji. It happened just before 5:30 this morning when crews responded to a house fire in the 800 block of Irvine Avenue Northwest. They found a resident trapped on the roof with steady smoke coming from the home. Thankfully, they were able to quickly get them out and put out the blaze. However, the home is looking at about $78,000 worth of damage. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. North Dakota U.S. Senator John Hoeven is holding a roundtable discussion in Fargo today. He plans to outline his efforts for improving veterans' access to health care services. Officials from the Department of Veterans Affairs will also be there. Hoeven has been pushing the VA to send out a representative to Fargo to see firsthand the issues that veterans face when scheduling non-VA care appointments through a third-party administrator known as HealthNet. A Valley News Live exclusive. For the first time, we hear from the mother of a former NDSU student found dead in a Fargo garage. Shelley Ellington says her daughter, Casey Jo Schulte, was the victim of opiate overprescribing, and it led her down a path of destruction. And now Ellington's trying to spread awareness and change laws, saying it's too late for Casey, but not for someone else that's suffering like her daughter did.
She saw herself as somebody who took medication that was prescribed. So she didn't see that as I've now become an addict. I think if she would have felt more comfortable saying, you know what, I'm really struggling here, I need some help, without worrying that this social stigma or that people will judge her as a moral failing. And that happens. I see it all the time.
Shelley is part of the Steve Rumler Foundation, which trains people on how to use Naloxone, a medication used to block the effects of opioids, especially in an overdose situation. And if you or someone you know is struggling, we have resources on our website at valleynewslive.com. Just click on the hot button. A big push starts today to stop texting and driving in North Dakota. Fargo police are part of a statewide effort now through the end of September. Research shows drivers are more likely to stop bad habits when extra enforcement is around. That's because of the fear of getting a ticket or getting fined. Grand Forks is also participating in Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Funds from the North Dakota Department of Transportation allow for additional officers assigned to target distracted drivers. A federal judge says the Army Corps of Engineers didn't break any rules when it chose the North Dakota route for the proposed Red River diversion. An upstream group opposed to the diversion sued the Corps, saying it had, but the judge said no and dismissed that part of the case. Those who oppose the flood protection plan have argued the Minnesota route would be less expensive and have less of an impact on the farmland and the environment. Federal Judge John Thunheim says the Minnesota route was studied at length and the process didn't violate any laws. He did not offer an opinion on whether or not North Dakota is the best option. There are still other issues yet to be resolved within the courts. It's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 32-year-old Abdul Toure is wanted for felony sexual assault. Toure is about 5'6" and 160 pounds. We have his picture right here on your screen. If you have seen him, call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Toure. Gusty winds, cold temperatures, and sunshine. Will this weather recipe stick for the upcoming weekend? Well, let's find out with meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert?
We'll continue to see sunshine over the next several hours, but we'll see more clouds rolling on in later this afternoon and this evening, beginning in the northwest and sliding off towards the southeast. But until then, we've got lots of sunshine, but it's not warming us up too much. We did have some teens and 20s for lows this morning, and those have warmed up just a bit into the low 20s up to the low 30s, 31 right now here in the Fargo-Moorhead area, also 31 in Sisseton. Winds, they've been gusty, and they'll continue to be gusty as we head through the day today. And it's actually going to pick up even more as we head through the overnight hours tonight. We could see winds gusting as high as 30 to 40 miles per hour later on tonight. The combination of the cold winds and the temperatures, wind chills, all in the teens across the area. You're going to want to bundle up. We've been spoiled over the last several days with some mild temperatures. There are the clouds off toward the northwest. They'll continue to slide off towards the southeast. That in response to a low pressure system that'll slide on through. Underneath those clouds, no precipitation in our region yet, but we do have a chance later this evening, overnight, for a little rain and snow shower activity. Breezy and cool again on your Saturday. How's your Sunday looking? We'll let you know about that, as well as who can expect some accumulating snow later on tonight in just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks, Robert. Springtime wasn't the only thing blooming in March this year, but just like the weather, the job market had its ups and downs. The U.S. economy picked up 215,000 jobs in March. That beat estimates by economists surveyed by the CNN Money.com, who predicted there would be 199,000 new jobs. But wages only grew about 2.3% compared to this time last year. Wage growth started to pick up last fall, but lost momentum in February and March. The unemployment rate rose from 4.9% to 5% last month. American Airlines will no longer let travelers hold flight reservations for 24 hours for free. Starting today, American Airlines is dropping its policy of letting customers hold a reservation for 24 hours without paying. Instead, customers who buy a ticket will have 24 hours to cancel it without charge, which is already standard at other U.S. airlines. The switch goes into effect today for tickets bought over the phone and later for those who bought online. Tesla's Model 3 is blowing away expectations, and people around the country are lining up to reserve the latest in their line of energy-efficient vehicles. A prototype of the electronic car for the masses was unveiled last night. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk says there are more than 150,000 pre-orders that have already been placed by consumers on Thursday alone for this car, even though it's even a year away from production. Consumers can reserve a Model 3 by making a refundable deposit of $1,000. It'll go into production next year, starting at $35,000. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. And still to come, there's new hope for millions of American women who have trouble getting pregnant. But next, we have weather to plan your day.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live.